This image shows a young native girl from the Sioux tribe, residing in the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota, USA. The photo was taken by Jesse H. Bratley, an educator who worked in various indigenous schools between 1893 and 1903. This historical portrait features Ironhawk, an indigenous chief of the Oglala Lakota tribe, part of the Sioux Nation. The image was captured in 1900 during the Greater America Exposition held in Omaha, Nebraska, where Ironhawk was present as one of the indigenous representatives. Photographers Herman Hain and James Matson were responsible for taking this photo, along with several other portraits of indigenous leaders from that era. In this image we see Chief Lewison, an influential leader of the Flathead tribe, who lived in the Montana region, USA. The photograph was captured in 1908 by N.A. Forsyth, a photographer associated with Underwood and Underwood, known for creating and distributing stereoscopic photographs. The image portrays Spotted Eagle, a respected chief of the Oglala Lakota tribe, also known as Sans Arc. This tribe, part of the Sioux Nation, lived in the Montana region, USA. Photographer L.A. Huffman captured this photo in 1880 while working for a company specializing in stereoscopic photographs. A weaver from the Navajo tribe, known for her skill in creating rugs and blankets from sheep's wool, is depicted in a photograph taken in Canyon de Chelly, a national monument in Arizona, USA. Carl Moon, a photographer, painter, and writer, captured this image in the early 20th century, known for his work dedicated to documenting the culture and history of Native American peoples. The photo, taken in 1880, shows a young girl from the Ute people, natives who inhabit the mountains of the western United States and speak the Numic language. She wears a long, dark dress richly detailed with fringes and embroidery. This image is part of a collection that preserves and celebrates the culture of American indigenous peoples during the late 19th century. In a historical photo, we observe two eminent leaders of the Oglala Lakota tribe, part of the Sioux group. In the image are Chief American Horse and Chief Red Cloud. American Horse served as an interpreter and scout for the American Army, while Red Cloud is notable for his leadership in conflicts aimed at protecting the Powder River Territory from the United States. Beside them stands Frank North, dressed in his military uniform, known for leading the Pawnee Scouts, a unit composed of Native Americans allied with the Army. Here we have a captivating image from the past, captured in 1890 by the talented Christian Barthelmess while working at Fort Kiowa, Montana. The subject is Bird Wild Hog, a distinguished member of the Cheyenne tribe, also known by the curious nickname Hedgehog, which translates to porcupine. Bird Wild Hog played a crucial role as an Army scout. His father was an influential leader of the Northern Cheyenne, who led a notable escape from the Indian Territory in 1879. Here we have a remarkable image from 1880, captured by photographer L.A. Huffman in Montana, USA. The photo reveals a man from the Crow tribe, an indigenous group from the local plains and mountains. Dressed in traditional attire, he holds a firearm, a testament to his skills in hunting large animals such as buffalo and elk. This visual piece not only shows typical clothing, but also highlights the importance of hunting and survival in Crow life. Keskayo, known among English speakers as Bob Small, was a member of the Cree Nation, with roots in both Canada and the United States. His nickname, which translates to Bob Small, possibly came from his distinctive short hairtail, a style not very common among indigenous people of his time. In 1906, his journey led him to Butte, Montana, where he posed for photographer F.E. Piso. Piso was renowned for his work with portraits of Native Americans, and Keskayo's image is an emblematic example of this art. In the early 20th century, near Billings, Montana, a member of the Crow tribe was photographed during the Crow Indian Fair, an annual festivity celebrating the culture of the indigenous peoples of the Great Plains. This special event takes place around the Little Bighorn River, gathering a vibrant tapestry of traditions and shared stories. The image captures the cultural richness and importance of the gathering for the Crow community and their neighbors. Kiowa was a young girl from the Laguna tribe, an indigenous community in the southwestern USA, also known as Lottie or Lota, names possibly given to her by Spanish or American settlers. She resided in the Laguna Pueblo in New Mexico around 1904. Matawitcotco, also called Matawitco or Matawitco, was a member of the Yanktonai tribe, part of the Dakota people. His name translates to brown bear, crazy bear, or foolish grizzly bear in his native language. In 1872, he was captured by the lens of Alexander Gardner, a renowned American photographer known for his documentation of the Civil War and portraits of important Native American figures. In the early 20th century, an image captured by photographer N.A. Forsyth in Montana gives us an intriguing glimpse of the meeting of cultures. The photo depicts Native Americans exploring an automobile, a novelty introduced by European settlers at that time. In the image captured by John C. H. Grable in 1891, we are transported to the daily life of the Lakota tribe on the northern plains of America. The photograph shows several tipi tents, characteristically conical, scattered in the background. Traditionally made of animal hides or canvas, these dwellings rested on wooden frames that could be quickly assembled or disassembled. This functionality was essential for the Lakota, allowing them to follow the migratory patterns of local wildlife and seasonal changes, ensuring their survival and mobility. Captured around 1920, this photograph presents a woman from the Kiowa tribe, originating from the Great Plains of the United States. She is adorned with traditional attire from her culture, which includes a dress made from animal hide, an intricately detailed beaded necklace, a richly embroidered belt, and a headscarf. These clothing elements are not just garments, but a living expression of the Kiowa's pride in their artistic and cultural heritage. The image captures Sitting Bull, a prominent Lakota leader of the Hunkpapa group, known for his resistance to the U.S. government policies aimed at Native Americans on the Great Plains. The portrait was taken by David Francis Berry, a renowned 19th century photographer with a special talent for documenting figures and events of the Old West. The photograph dates to around 1880. In this vibrant portrait of daily life on the Crow Reservation in Montana, captured in the early 20th century, we see a man dressed in traditional attire meticulously painting a tipi, the classic conical tent made of animal hide. He uses brushes and paints derived from plants and minerals, infusing each stroke with the colors of the earth. The image is the work of Richard Throssell, a photographer of Cree descent who was adopted by the Crow tribe and dedicated himself to recording their culture and history. In 1870, a young girl from the Iroquois people, part of a confederation of indigenous tribes from the Great Lakes area, was photographed. The photograph was the work of Dieter Vandersmith, who, besides being an English teacher and writer, explored his passion for photography. The girl was dressed in an elegant dark dress adorned with intricate embroidery and wore a distinctive beaded necklace. In 1877, Garnet, belonging to the Oglala Lakota Nation, one of the 7 Sioux tribes of the Northern Plains, was photographed. The portrait was taken by Charles Milton Bell, a renowned Washington photographer known for capturing images of leaders and important figures from indigenous communities. In the photo, Garnet displays traditional elements of his heritage, such as an impressive feather headdress, a beaded necklace, a fur coat, and a sacred pipe, each reflecting aspects of his culture and social position. In 1869, Lusaku Rikolaha, a member of the Pawnee tribe from the central United States, was the focus of a photographic session. His name, which in the Pawnee language means particular moment of the day or respected sun, reflects a deep cultural connection with the environment and time. The photographers responsible for this capture were the Jackson brothers, known for their extensive work documenting both American indigenous communities and the vast landscapes of the American West. In the late 19th century, a young Apache girl was captured in an impressive photograph by D.B. Chase, a photographer known for documenting various Native American tribes. The image, dated 1889, reflects a turbulent period for the Apache, who were fighting against U.S. government policies and suffering from the usurpation of their ancestral lands. Situated in the southwestern United States, this photograph is not just a personal portrait, but a powerful testimony to the challenges faced by her people at that time. Captured during the Trans-Mississippi and International Exposition of 1898 in Omaha, Nebraska, this memorable photograph shows Chief American Horse, a prominent leader of the Sioux tribe. He was one of over 500 delegates present at the U.S. Indian Congress, a significant event coinciding with the exposition. The photographer Adolph F. Muir, working under the direction of Frank A. Reinhardt, was responsible for immortalizing this historical moment, highlighting the dignity and importance of this indigenous leader. Within the Cheyenne Nation, the Dog Soldiers, or Hotometaneo as they are called in Cheyenne, were an elite warrior society, one of the 6 military societies organized to preserve order and defend their people. Emerged after a transformative event when the prophet Sweet Medicine was blessed with 4 sacred arrows in a Black Hills cave. The Dog Soldiers played a crucial role in reforming the political and social structures of the Cheyenne. Every 10 years, a council of 44 elected chiefs guided these societies, ensuring discipline and the continuity of their community's values and traditions. This is a historic photograph of 2 young indigenous girls from the Hopi tribe, taken by German-American photographer John K. Hillers in 1879. The image is part of a collection of 72 photographs Hillers took during an expedition to the southwestern United States, under the auspices of the Bureau of American Ethnology. The Hopi girls are dressed in traditional clothing and wear silver necklaces and earrings. They pose in front of an adobe wall in one of the Hopi villages in Arizona.